NCPD is responsible for the safety and security of all citizens within city limits. But Route 1...
Sarah, sweetheart, don't feed us some NCPD script. Be honest with our viewers. When will they finally be safe? When will they no longer need to carry a concealed weapon for a trip to the mall or to take their kids to play ball in the park?
The NCPD is doing everything it can.
Look at that cop squirm.
Madden EA coming soon. Very soon. So EA said winter. That is from here till March. We have not so many weeks from here until March, maybe sometime in March at the very, very latest. So like I keep saying, from here, so we can see it as early as the next week. We can see it in 2 weeks. Or at the very latest, we can see it 6 weeks from now, maybe 8 weeks. The very, very latest. You're going to see it within 2 months. So I like to look at it from just a week's perspective. We're not that far away. So I'm sure it's not going to be the only time I answer that question today. Bro, I love Stadia. This is very, very convenient. Agreed, man. What's your opinion on Creta? You know, it's a game that's got a lot of potential, and I hope to see it grow. And I hope that when it goes to PC, and I hope they do crossplay, that I hope it gets a little bit more love. That's really my only opinion on Creta. I think when Creta launched, it still needed a lot of love, still needed a lot of work, and I think they've been working on it since. So I have to get back in there and check it out one of these days. Oliver says Warzone. Warzone, that one's a toss-up when we can see it, if we'll see it. I think we will see it. I've been guessing we're going to see it. I think it's a matter of time. The big wigs over at Steam have been really coy about it, and they are fully aware that, like, COD is one of the most, Call of Duty, especially Warzone, are one of the most requested games. And then you pair that up with the file size that game has, they're completely aware that it would be a fit. So, to me, they're either doing everything they have, or everything they can, and they're already like, it's set to come, or they're working on it. It would have to be something where they would just be like, this isn't a fit. And we already know that Google does not mind throwing massive caches, bags of cash, I should say. They don't mind throwing massive bags of cash at something that people want to see on Stadia. I would bet a lot of money we're going to see Warzone. Will we see it this year? I hope so. That's really the only thing. That one for me is more of a general. I think we'll see it. When we'll see it, though, that's different. Give me a second, guys. Okay. Sonny, when do you think we might see the next general of game sale? I hope we see it. I think we're going to see sales coming up. I'm guessing I don't have any inside information on that. And any thoughts on Counter Tailstone? No thoughts. I think they could be trolling us, but maybe not. No thoughts. We love you early, yes we do. That's my brother from another mother. I see your controller in the background. Yep, my Stadia controller. I have my Xbox controller, and I only bust that out for videos when I need to show Bluetooth. I never use it. I like the Stadia controller a ton. It's one of my favorites. Actually, my favorite, because I can't think of another controller I like more than... I'm not trying to fanboy, I swear to you. It's just one of my favorites. I love it. It's like perfect for me. I don't have very big hands, so it fits really well. So the Xbox controller it's a good one, but it's a little big for me. PlayStation controller I like, but I think I like the Stadia controller slightly more, but it barely beats out the PlayStation controller for me. So I wish I had different colors. I'm kind of cheap, and I've gotten my 4 Stadia controllers when they've been on sale, or I've been able to get a really big discount, but I'd love to see Wasabi. I'd love to get the black one. If anybody at Stadia is watching, throw me a free controller. I'll put it on stream like this and plug it. Forget Madden and FIFA 1 NHL for sure. See, now he's a somewhat new subscriber within the last month or so. Welcome, man. Welcome, see.
Put it up against the wall.
Oh, Earl says, thanks, man. We got some good news coming tonight. That's awesome, bro. That's awesome.
Oye.
Hey, that's awesome, dude. That's awesome.
You want a beer?
Earl? No, because Earl's going through some stuff, and I don't want to.
Wouldn't mind one.
I used to get my son a PS5 for Christmas. I feel like I wasted my money, and he's just on Stadia with me all the time. and we just told him to. I just told him to follow the channel. That's awesome, David. That is awesome, and thank you for telling him to follow the channel. That's
How you been?
playing, David. I'm curious what you guys are playing. That's really cool. Hopefully, I see your message. I'm still behind in the chat, guys. Hey, Sonny, this is from Scan Clone.
Rayito de Sol. What's wrong?
Just a question. What was the last game you bought? The last game I bought was... What was the last game I bought? It was Cyberpunk. Yeah, it was Cyberpunk. I bought Cyberpunk. That was the last game I bought. Daryl, who's this handsome guy? Not me, because I got to face the waiting.
Are you getting
Been
enough
better, to
sleep?
tell you the truth.
What is happening?
My portable
That
controller
night when Jackie fell.
Stadia on my phone. That's awesome.
Let's just say things haven't exactly been easy since.
Certain games you can play. There's cross. What's the word they call it? Cross. You can play like Destiny 2. You can jump from your save file from.
I want to take part in the ceremony, but
to
want to do it the right
Stadia.
way.
You can
In
do it
line with
for
tradition.
Elder Scrolls Online as well.
But something had lay by his casket.
Maybe certain
Did
Ubisoft
justice to
games
his memory.
where you can transfer your saved file.
I don't got anything.
It's certain ones though, and there's a list somewhere. I need to find it.
Right place,
There's a list of certain games that you can do it with.
Don't worry.
Who says Stadia games is these Stadia just says games like Fortnite, Rocket League, Among Us. I'd love to see Rocket League. Among Us. I'd like to like I always say, there's no games I don't want to see. I want to see them all. The certain games like Among Us is like everywhere. It's even on phone. But I mean, it doesn't hurt to have it on Stadia.
The garage is on Republic.
Ahí te veo. Any news on Death Stranding coming with Stadia? No. There's no news. I've not heard a single rumor about that one. That one would be cool to see, but I have not heard anything on that at all. So you got to go. See you in the cloud. All right, David. Take care, man, and have a good day. It's bad right now. People who create the games are bad. People around Jim Cradle will get better. Oh, I see. Yeah, I hear ya.
Waiting for him.
Yeah, if they get that cross play with PC,
Lately, I've just been coming here to sit.
I would doubt that. What are your thoughts on crossplay with consoles and PC? I want to see crossplay on every game possible. Every single game, if it can be done, please do it. The cool thing is, the interviews, I don't know if it was Tom He mentioned that that's something that they're always trying to do.
Human.
I guess.
Jack talked about you a lot. Always saying how much you meant to him.
Did he really say that? I bet he used different words.
Maybe. But that's what he meant. I really believe that.
You actually got to know him. The real Jackie. Everybody else thought he was a goofball with a rough-hewn face and an edge. But they're wrong.
I know with Ubisoft Plus you can do that, but you can also do that on Steam now too. So it's just, I don't know, man. I just need to get a hold of it to give you some good thoughts on it. It seems interesting. That's all I can say. We need more turn-based games.
No, Jack was a little of that too. Always looking on the bright side.
He wore his heart on his sleeve, and wasn't at all afraid to live fully. Had his inner demons, though.
He doesn't.
Exactly. They're what makes us who we really are on the inside. There's a huge chunk of his past in there.
Take care, dude, and have a good one. Nintendo Nate says, hey, everyone.
Mama Wells is having a send-off for Jackie. I need to find something he really cared about.
Steam is so great, don't have to.
You mind giving me a hand?
I'm not sure I should go in there, V.
Still too soon?
No, it's not that. Mama Wells and I aren't exactly on the best terms. She wouldn't want me touching any of his things, disturbing the memory. That I know.
Jackie would want you here. That's more important. Come on.
We'll see. Like I've said, I'm going to keep saying this. These guys are fully aware. They're fully plugged in. The guys. So the guy who was in charge of like, pretty plugged in. He knows what games you guys are asking for. He knows you guys keep asking for FIFA Madden. He knows that you guys are asking for all these games.
Still full.
Trust me, they're working their best. I think on getting those games. I have pretty big faith in them.
How come?
And, I think you're going to see
¿Por qué no puedes tocar una reserva estratégica? ¿Va?
What do you think about the battery life and charge time on Stadia controller? I don't notice it. So in my mind, I guess it's good because I don't notice it. I don't notice. That's my honest truth to you, and I don't pay attention to it. So,
I wonder what's in there.
That's his lair. Slept there. He must have had a different key. Let's look around. Might be tucked away somewhere.
Found it.
You know what? I'd like to see that too. It's the EA contact in the community.
Oh, Jackie.
That a mandala?
Colors of what controller, man? Different colors for controller.
It's a long story.
Hey, you alright?
Hold on, guys. Hold on.
I'm so much better than alright.
Indie games, David. I just read that.
I once told Jackie he should sweep all the dark energy out of this place. A sand mandala.
Yes, I lost track of where I was in the chat here. I have 4 colors of the controllers. That's awesome, Daryl. Yeah, the staff has the clear one. Yeah, they're not sharing that one. Yeah, the Stadia employees have a clear Stadia controller, and I think some of them received one that doesn't even work. And I think the guy said he fixed it. This is like a Stadia. He's an engineer, man. I forget what he does in Stadia, but it's pretty cool.
Do the trick, for example. He told me that out of sand he'd build a castle, a home, the Wells family hideout, stronghold, something.
I guess you made a bigger impression than you thought.
I guess I did.
Agree that the Stadia controller is the best. I think a phone grip official controller would be good from Google.
Isn't it just a little, janky?
It's hideous, but it's also the most beautiful thing I've ever seen.
Do you think we see more new games in January? Well, we're going to see Hitman. We're going to see Tohu. So we have 2 games coming out in the next couple weeks. Are we going to see more games than that? Yes. I feel like we'll see something.
An aquarium.
I just don't know how much.
It used to be tacos.
And taco was...
Interestingly enough,
a dwarf shark, like mini.
Sounds like a mighty expensive fish.
Don't know if we're going to see it.
I don't think he bought it.
My gut's telling me no. But we're going to pay attention to see if ray tracing is going to be on Hitman, because the developers talked about it. They said that it's possible to have ray tracing with Hitman on Stadia. I guess we'll see now if they're going to actually put it in. So we could see it. Faster loading times, yes, we're going to see that. Victor says cross save, yes sir. I want to see GTA games is going to be a game changer.
Love to poke around engines.
I think GTA coming to Stadia.
Knowing him, it's a miracle he never wiped out.
Pretty big, actually. Now you have a mobile way to play. GTA.
Guess no man cave's complete without some of those, huh?
I think Google could acquire investing in to be able to bring some exclusive titles. You're going to see that.
That's definitely why they're up there. Yeah.
After we get
nice still.
In 2 years. Are you choosing between a Telsa or a Take? I don't even know what the second car is. I'm not a car guy. It's funny.
Jackie's favorite tequila.
I've been around cars my entire life.
It's his lucky
and I just never took interest because I just let him handle all that. I'll say Tesla.
The founder of Sense on Tequila.
Never heard of Victor says he never even heard of it. Victor says buy a Ford. My dad always says fix work is not good. And it's funny because we had a Ford SUV a couple years ago, and the motor went out. And then I had one a year before that.
How'd Jackie get this one?
Some shriveled abuela in Mexico sold it to him. Told him De Abajo had stolen her recipe.
Oh, whatever. You guys know what's up. Sonny has a driver's license, of course. Yes, I've been driving for a long time. Oh, sorry about the Bears. Never stood a chance. They never did. They never did. I'm playing now Sekiro on Stadia. It's really awesome. Yes, Fabio. Sekiro is super, super awesome on Stadia. I love Sekiro. Man, I kind of gave up though.
Jackie loved to pump iron, didn't he?
Final Fantasy VII coming to Stadia also will release the next Xbox and PC. That's a good question.
They understand all your problems and never
be a little surprised if we see that one on Stadia, but I'd love to see the remake. I'd love to see that one.
Gotta be hanging here since 2020.
More new games in January. I think we could. I think we will. It's a complete guess on my end. This is a complete guess on my end. Sometimes I'm not guessing, but I'm guessing on this one. I don't know. I don't have any inside information. I think we'll see it.
Basketball signed by Dante Gonzalez.
He was from Haywood, too. Everyone here shot hoops. Dante ran circles around him. I think he might have been the first kid to ditch the Valentinos.
Like Jackie.
No news on Apex
They
Legends.
both wanted more out of life. Dante's captain of the NC Blackouts now.
Coming to stadium with still pretty coordinated.
For whom the bell tolls. Ernest Hemingway.
Jack read it a dozen times. Always right before a big job. He said the guy who wrote it was tougher than Morgan Blackhand.
You read it? Is it any good?
I never got the chance.
It'd be a good tribute for the Ofrenda, though.
It's not looking good for Apex Legends, so that's the best I can say.
Jack, pure and simple.
Carson, hello, I'm
You got something for your Ofrenda, but we could look around a little more.
Thank you, Carson. Thank you, man. I really appreciate that. Hold on, someone coming in. Adrian coming in with a 5. Let's start a Tesla fund. Thank you, man. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Thank you for the 5.
Better get going.
Actually, V, I think I'll stay a while. Say bye to me here. Mama Wells would.
I think I need a Stadia exclusive PlayStation Xbox and a bunch of exclusive content coming for sure. For sure. Thank you for the 5. What do you think Stadia will have next year?
Then go raise a glass to him, Padre. A few glasses. V, it's good you're here. We're about to start. Sit down, please.
Chorus developers.
Hey, V.
I think Chorus is coming in the first half of this year. Mentioned that we are going to see ray tracing in the stadium. So we could see it this first half.
I thank you all
I think that's
for
going to be a
coming
pretty big
today.
milestone and one that I'm excited for. Really excited.
I'm not going to tell you what kind of man my son was, or lament about how much I miss him.
Be turned on or something.
Instead,
I don't know. Not
I'll tell
very,
you a
very
story.
great at the technicals. Not a lot of us know the
When he
real
was
true
about
deep inside
19 years
inner
old,
workings of how some of that
Jackie
tech
was
works.
in the
The little
Valentinos.
that we know.
They
I
were
think
at
we are
war
going to
with
see
Maelstrom back then.
something like Mario Maker will be
Get a
nice where you
call
can create a level
from the hospital.
platform. So we have something like that and create
He
a
told me he got shot.
we got to do that and create a
3
people and
times.
create games kind of like that.
Just by the
Little
heart.
Nightmares will be on Stadia, yes.
He was conscious
Little
when I
Nightmares
get
2, I
there.
think, will be on Stadia.
Many
Yes.
tubes coming
What
out
do you
of
think
him.
Stadia will have next
Like
gen load time? Ooh, I already read that.
pulpo, like an octopus or something.
Any chance for Apex Legends? Literally just answered that question like 5 minutes ago.
No te
Short answer
preocupes, mama.
is I haven't heard
I'm bulletproof.
any noise.
Nothing
with
bad
Apex
will ever
Legends
happen to me.
Where I know
When I
we're
go,
going to see it now.
he'd take off his
I'm
Valentinos.
really excited for Rainbow Six, but it's not even officially announced
I
yet.
swear he won't
Well,
do
it's
it
funny.
anymore.
I was reading an article today that
He
was a
was
bit
not
old
scared.
that did say they did officially announce
He
it
just
now.
didn't want me to worry.
Rainbow Six has been rated, so like, we're gonna see it on Stadia.
Descansa en
Waiting
paz.
for it to come out. I feel like it's gonna come out any week now. But man, any news on Apex Legend? Yeah, I just answered that one. Oh, I went backwards in the chat, so I apologize. Let me fast forward a little bit. Yo, Nee, how's it going? CN says, all right, bro.
Among the membership, the Night City
Mass
Devils
Effect on Stadia would be awesome, but I haven't heard any word on that.
Make
Best way
your
to get
best
GTA
friends
is
among the
find a
fighters
Stadia
who
game for
knock
your
you
scenes
out
and
cold.
releases.
And it's true. Jackie's arm was a cannon. No one's ever hit me as hard. I can still almost feel it. "12 rounds, buddy.
Me mandó Camporta. Lamenta no estar aquí. Todavía le quedan 4 años que cumplir. Me pidió que leyera esto. Recuerdo cuando Jackie se nos unió. Era un niño fuerte. Cuando decía que iba a hacer algo, cumplía. Tenía honor. Podría haber llegado lejos. Mis condolencias a la familia. Que descanse en paz.
Anyone else?
I often think back to the first time me and Jack met. Feels like it happened a century ago. At another time, in another place. Jackie saved my life. And then, years later in Night City, he saved it again. At a time when I thought I'd lost absolutely everything. I found my own freedom then. But it would not have happened without him. Jackie Wells. Best friend you could ask for. Loyal to a fault. Once he set his mind to something, he was ready to die to achieve it. He once told me, bro there, the one thing we can't do is be afraid of others. For his loved ones, he'd sacrifice his life without hesitation. Most importantly, Jackie loved life and had no fear. Heart on his sleeve, he didn't overthink things. He just went for it. Thought he was bulletproof. And that he'd become a legend at the afterlife. And ultimately, he did what he set out to do. Shit in the shoes of some powerful people. And if he's watching, I bet just about now, he's flipping them all the bird. When you go to war as a boy, you have a great illusion of immortality. Other people get killed, not you. Then, when you are badly wounded the first time, you lose that illusion. Rest easy, Chew.
I would like to say a toast. Por mi hijo. Thank you for your kind words. I'm glad you're here. It was a beautiful ofrenda we gave him. You know what? You're a good man. Jackie would want you to have these.
Thank you. I'll take such good care of it.
Cuídate, Vi.
Pour you another? For Jaquito?
Pour. For Jackie.
Amen, brother.
Campos all torn up. Says he feels like he lost one of his own.
More racing games. Yeah, so we're supposed to be seeing Dirt 5 here soon.
Let's honor his
The devs literally reached out to the Austin Stadium racing community and they told them that they are on the final stages. You're gonna see Dirt 5 here very, very soon.
Hey, you! Have a drink with us.
And then we have Monster Jam Steel Titans 2 coming out March 2nd.
Why not?
To Wells.
See any more Bethesda? Yo, my game coming in $2.
Good for now, thanks.
See? Gotta know when to stop.
GTA, I think, is gonna come out, Mike.
I'm gonna miss it.
There's rumors of it.
Already do.
Yes, Call of Duty is my guess, though. This isn't any sort of rumor or inside information.
Here's the Jackie. Got off to greener
I think there's a good
pastures.
chance. I would love to see. One of the questions I get quite often is
Jackie
what
Wells.
would you like to see? Fallout games for me would be up there. So, but I haven't heard any word on it. So, yes, could Stadia get them? Yes, and I
proud
think
son of Haywood.
maybe I think they will get them. We just have to be a little patient, though. But appreciate the $2 maybe. Sonny, I meant game release dates now.
Well, I should mingle, Vic.
Sure.
Look, you've never had an issue stream in 4K. Console gamers for years and title was never see console streams. They used to be different from console gamers. Don't disagree. So ray tracing is most likely only coming to new added games, or maybe on ones that are already like Cyberpunk 2077. You could see it. How do I say your name? Euphorica? I think you can see a revision of some of these games, like Red Dead Redemption did not have a visual, like a true 4K mode, and now it does. So these developers have been going back and adding things. I think it's definitely possible to see ray tracing come to some of the older titles, and obviously that I hope we did. Recently got a next gen update. Do you think we'll see a resolution function on Stadia? That's my EA contact. I don't know if I can answer that question. I can't confirm or deny it. I think we could see it. Yes, alright, hold on, let me keep going forward. Pretty good news that LG will ship their new TVs. Yes, agreed. What do you think? I think it's awesome, Roman. My bad. Yeah, the LG TV shipping their new TVs. I hope that we're going to see that consistently, not just with LG, but Sony and all these other TVs. And I think you're going to see it. Somebody was pretty annoyed in the comments, and I had to tell them that you're really just seeing LG just now. I think you're going to see it all over their apps here. So keep in mind, LG used to games or something like LG WS or something. So you're gonna see Stadia come out of all these other apps. Android 10. You'll see it. You said it continuing. I'm being told that essentially the first half of this year we should see it. I think we should get higher FPS and lower latency. When you saw that, it's just having games at 60 FPS, and I want to see games personally for Game Stadia. I always have like visual performance mode that's very minimal. If they can't get 4K 60, one or the other, like lower resolution, we always have 60 FPS. And having a higher frame rate helps lower latency. I agree. Do you still play Thumper? I haven't played Thumper since the game came out. Since Stadia came out. What is the game you're giving away? I'm giving away a Scout University. Guys, a little bit behind here. Apex Legend, whatever. This is from Apex Legend, Skyward, Star Wars, Battlefront 2, Cloud Wars, Features, GTA 5, 6, all those games. Always the EA context. I have a lot of friends doubt it's even possible just to get this game on the no, there isn't a codec that can even do it to me, I guess, right now. So, sure, so hopefully, Shadow does not, yeah, I don't know if it does. But yeah, you know, it's funny, they always talk about 8K 120 FPS. The number one thing I would focus on is the FPS before 8K. There's a lot more of the TVs that are like the monitors and TVs that are coming out with really high frame rates, like 144 and all that jazz. That's what I want to see.
Who do I spy but thee? In my humble parlor, no less.
Kako, long time no see.
So what brings you here?
We have some outstanding biz to settle. Remember Sandra Dorset?
I don't forget such things, V. Here is your reward. It comes with a fairly ample bonus. Go see a Ripper doc. They'll weave you a dermal imprint that will enable smart hunting. We are not done.
Willing to bet nobody knows Westbrook like you do.
My husband's knew Westbrook. Yes, each of them very high in the Tiger Claws. Ruled Japantown.
What did they do?
They did what made the best eddies. Gave them the most pull, sold sex and black market tech.
Diablo, that would definitely be one of the games I want to see the most on the studio.
Can't help asking. You're not afraid that...
Yeah, Reflex. I think you mentioned that earlier, I agreed. It's also disappointing now that there's even a performance mode for 4K. They said 4K 60 FPS as always. At least it's sounding to me like that. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. When they first marketed Stadia, they made it seem like every single game would be 4K 60 FPS. And they admitted that was a mistake on their end.
Hey, V, wait a
second. They make the games not Google themselves. And they really screwed the pooch on that one. They needed to definitely market that a different way. So it's been definitely disappointing to see games not meet those marks. And I agree. And if you're disappointed about that, I guess I can't blame you, you know? You can't blame me on that. But hopefully the games continue to be more consistent. I think they will. What's up, Becky? How's it going? How are you doing, Becky? Hope you and Chuck are doing well. Jamansky says, I've already played Fallen Order though, but I would love to play it on Stadia too. Did I Fallen Order, my man? It's on Stadia.
You want trouble?
Chuck and Becky, what's up, guys? Becky, how's it going? Becky, how's it Which is better, Stadia or GeForce Now in your opinion? Honestly, for me, Stadia is better. It's less of a hassle, but GeForce Now has use cases games. And they're pretty cool on GeForce Now, and GeForce Now is just like worth out better. I haven't really games on Steam.
Suspect accused of organized crime activity near Ross Street and Shipyard Way. Scavengers led by Yelena Sidorova, presumed armed and dangerous, have assaulted multiple homeless persons. Night City officials are offering a reward for neutralizing the threat.
Thank you guys, I really appreciate it.
Let's see what's good.
By the way, if you're a member on the channel, I just started a podcast, and right now, exclusively for you guys can check out that podcast. I will be releasing the podcast to everyone else as well out in the podcast world. It won't be on the YouTube channel. I am trying to give a little bit of love to the members of the channel to give them a little bit extra, content. So I really appreciate it. But nothing else changes on my channel, guys. Videos almost daily basis are going to continue. So I really appreciate it. Hold on, let me keep it going. GeForce Now has compression with Stadia, especially today. I don't know, man. I think this is on a game-by-game basis. There's some games that can look better and some not. But if even then, when I think about it, I'm not sure which games I can sit there and see they look better in GeForce Now than Stadia. But then again, I'm going to be honest, I haven't done a million comparisons or anything like that. I haven't sat there and analyzed. I'll tell you this, you get GeForce Now with a $200 Shade TV Pro, and you do that AI upscaling, and that thing is insane.
Hey, Judy, what's up?
Vic, can you come over, stat?
Something happened?
Sonny, I want to let you know, I subscribed to your channel a couple weeks ago, and I watch your videos as soon as you upload. Thank you, Simon Shin. That's all the support I can ever ask for, and I really appreciate that. Make sure you guys are always liking, though. That helps a lot. If you can comment, even if it's a silly comment, those always help. Only ever as support I ever ask. But either way, you guys hanging out with me and just watching here, even if you're just lurking, not chatting, I always appreciate it, guys. Do you think Dying Light will be on Stadia? You know, I'm going to be completely honest. I don't know the publisher Who's Dying Light's publisher? I gotta check it out. But that would be a good one to see on Steam. That's all I can say. I gotta look at that one a little bit closely. What do you think about Project Hellstorm? I don't know what Project Hellstorm is. I couldn't even guess. A lot of people have been guessing, and I think it could be a troll, but I don't know. Kind of like how they threw modems 56K in there, 56K modems. I think it could be a troll, but who knows? Is there any news on the FIFA 21 release? Are we up to like 6 on that one? Maybe like 6 or 7? If we counted FIFA and Madden questions, we're like at like 12 or 13, right? No news on the FIFA 21 release other than we're going to see it from here within 1 to 2 weeks to 6 to 8 weeks, somewhere in between. I don't know how there's like a quick, cool way to answer that question outside of that. Van Dan says, I like the energy and of the COD and the chaos of Far Cry. Yeah, for sure, those would be cool titles on Stadia. Hello, Sonny's wife, Becky. No, Becky's not my wife. That's T's wife.
Hey!
That's his wife. Becky and Chuck are awesome supporters of Chuck. They've been watching me for like a year, I think. And I always appreciate it. My camera to use, I use a Sony A7 III. Hold on, here we go. Steve Smith says, hey, fella, any inside info on what we'll see Ubisoft Plus? I'm surprised I'm getting this question quite often. I'm sick of buying games on multiple platforms. I'm hearing we might hear about it somewhat soon, but there's really no word on it. There's no word on it at all. And it's a bummer that we don't have Ubisoft Plus in pretty much anything outside of the US, so I'm really hoping that we see that here soon for you guys.
How's biz treating you, Cassius?
Can't complain. Max Tac rated a black. Since then, custom accounts gone up.
Funny, Adrian, is that you just like the video actually help with the algorithm because YouTube likes when people engage in the content, so even if it's a dislike, they don't realize that they actually help out.
Custom accounts gone up. So my prices. Coincidence?
I appreciate that. I appreciate the likes as well. So if you guys want to like it, I appreciate that as well. I think you're doing a fantastic job on all your videos. You'd like a good job looking each day to hear from you about Stadia. Thank you for that, John. I really appreciate that. John Sam, will you make a state share for Hitman 1 or 2, please? You know, I wasn't thinking about doing the older Hitmans, but that's not a bad idea. Because some of you guys maybe won't pick up Hitman 3, huh? Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Maybe I will, Nia. I like that. If you haven't joined our Discord, though, that might be where we might be sharing those state share links. I think I'm going to try to do one on YouTube. I don't know how that's going to work, man. We're in uncharted territory with that Stadia feature, so I'm excited. Chuck T says we have 2 Shin TVs in our home and 1 new box, and we use them all for streaming TV and gaming in the Stadia. It's awesome, Chuck. I'm a big fan of the Shin TVs. Big fan. Stephen Popper's coming in with a $4.99. Thank you, Stephen, for that $4.99, sir. Really appreciate that. As someone who's new to Stadia, what are some games with good 2-player co-op campaigns? My brother and I want to play some story together. The number 1 game that comes to mind, Stephen, what's the name of the game? It came out last year. It's the only game that we have close to Diablo. Darksiders. What's it called? Darksiders. Someone in the chat. Darksiders. What is it? Someone help me out. Finish that off. That's the best one I can think of because it's a 2-player Genesis. Thank you, John. Darksiders Genesis is a 2-player co-op. It's got a cool little story, and you both can do it. Thank you for that. Daryl and Johnson. Queen coming in here with a $10. Thank you. Queen Rage. Check out her channel, guys. She's about to stream here in, I think, 30 minutes. Little, you're about to leave later. Later, my man. Later, Little. Have a good one. Queen Rage, thank you for the 10. I really appreciate that. And yeah, Stephen Popper. Darksiders Genesis is a good 2-player co-op campaign that you both can get in and do. So that's my number 1 recommendation, I think. Maybe the Far Cry type? No, because they're not local. What other game? Anybody in the chat can give them maybe another suggestion of a good co-op, 2-player co-op campaign that's like local. That's the one that comes to my mind immediately. Do you think we'll have a new Metroid Prime on Stadia? No, I don't think so. Like a Metroid Prime type of game? You know, Ed's coming in with a new member.
Let me pick a number. Are you in your room, are you? No. Good. No. Yeah. No. Do you have any dishes in here? No. Is that for my tax? This was. Oh my goodness, this is. Quiet my screwdriver here. Mm-hmm. You want a set of these, and I'll get you a set for those of mine. I'm playing Cyberpunk. Oh, shit.
Scott, yeah, that's true. Scott Pilgrim does have it. You Scott, hey, if you win Scott Pilgrim today, make the raffle. There you go. Oh, what if they play local? Okay. So Far Cry would be a good one, Steven. Far Cry would be a good one. Right? Far Cry 5, maybe? Borderlands? Darksiders Genesis still counts as a good story, 2-player. Man, if it's online 2-player, there's like a million games at that point. It'll somehow go
I would like that.
Sales every single month, and I'm really hoping that they return to that. They kind of stopped right before the holidays, and then they went on a big holiday push of insane sales. I hope that we continue to see that. So, Super Ghost SCC doesn't support AV1. Oh, Outward, I don't know if I would.
Oye, despacio!
That is a tough game. The Sunny Club, that's what I should call it, the Sunny Club. You want a Sunny Club church? Man. NVIDIA should find another way to earn money then. Oh man, I don't know. Yeah, Scott Pilgrim's a good recommendation, guys, but it is an old school style beat 'em up, so you'd have to be pretty you'd have to like that type of gameplay. Where can I buy a Stadia? Walmart? Best Buy. You can buy, I think, the entire package. And it says great to be part of the club, my man. Keep it great work. Thank you for that, Ann. I really appreciate it. Casey says, hello, my friend. I saw you on Twitter wrecking the haters. What haters was I wrecking on Twitter? Thank you, Casey. I appreciate that. You must be meaning the comment that I made today. Yeah, man. I've gotten. It's funny, guys. I've been getting. I don't know what's going on with. I don't know if it's because the channel has grown a bit more, guys. I am seriously getting a ton of trolls. I am getting an insane amount of trolls now in my chat, in my comment section. I mean, just stick around. Like, if you see my videos just a couple days later, I keep the comments up.
The free reward from.
But I am getting there's a lot of haters. There's a lot of haters, and they're angry that I think Stadia is doing well. I don't know why they're so angry at Stadia and my channel. There's a lot of haters. There was a guy who I've had a couple people who have accused my footage of my videos of not being Stadia but being PC, and I think the only reason they think that is because I play keyboard and mouse, so they see the keyboard and mouse buttons. I play all my Stadia games keyboard and mouse, unless it's like a racing game or like Outcasters. I'm a keyboard and mouse guy, and that's just my preferred way to play. But they don't realize Stadia is such a versatile platform. Let me tell you something. I don't know how much I would love this platform if I couldn't use keyboard and mouse. For me, keyboard and mouse is important. I've been using it for 15 years. We all play differently. I love using my controller as well, but there's certain games I just suck at it. I just suck using a controller. Anything where I gotta aim, I can't do it to save my life. So my fun would be severely reduced if I didn't have keyboard and mouse. So I think a lot of people think that because they're seeing keyboard and mouse inputs, like in like Cyberpunk 27, I think they think I'm playing PC. I'm definitely not. I have to do so much editing on my computer that I have no space to download games on. I have to constantly delete because I'm always recording Stadia footage, and then the actual editing of the videos all creates storage over and over. Now I need to buy just like more storage space, but I'm just kind of lazy about it, so I just kind of keep deleting stuff. I don't even have storage to play PC games, like none. So all my Stadia just works so good for me, and cloud gaming in general works so good for me on that. So people are just like, you're playing PC, you're not playing Stadia, and I'm just like, and he's not the only one. I'm getting all sorts of negative like trolls now, and it's just funny to see. It's really funny. I knew this day would come, so I've been preparing for it. All right, let me keep going down. Oh, here we go. Eli says, have the Stadia team fixed the issue with the lag when you're having so many friends? No, they haven't fixed it, unfortunately, and I've given up. I had to, and I think some people, I know one guy who unsubscribed and got really offended because I took him off my friends list. I removed every single person except for my little brother because I need to see people online. I removed all my friends because my stuff was lagging so bad. I mentioned it earlier in the stream. We do need to hold those teams accountable. The UI sometimes doesn't work well on the Chromecast Ultra. For me, it doesn't work well when I have a lot of friends. So there's some stuff they gotta work and fix. I've reached out to the engineering team. They've tried to fix it like back in November. They replied to me on Twitter. I sent them a message again a couple weeks ago, and I didn't hear back, maybe because of the holiday. So I gotta send them another message. There's a couple of Stadia engineers, and hopefully they can get a fix on it, because I know they tried to fix it before and they did temporarily. And I don't know. I think once the new UI came, it's like broke all over again. So it's been a little tough. Hey Sonny, is this a Saturday thing? Yes, I stream every Saturday, but I stopped for a bit, so you guys should see me going back to Saturday streams here. I don't know if I'm always going to do this now. We do have some game streaming to do. I have a ton of code to get out.
Hey, that's too fucking close! Yeah, your chrome's so last gen.
We need Mario Kart with ray tracing. You know, a Mario Kart game would be amazing on Stadia. I'd love to see that. Imagine hating on something that makes a hobby more accessible. Very sad. I know, Steve. I hear you. Queen Ray, thank you for that. Haters don't know what they're missing. Yep. Does anybody know what is the best phone to use play Stadia game when using your mobile data? Maybe more of the high-end phones. If you have 5G, forget about it. But yeah, that's a question I'm not sure about. I wish COD was on Stadia. Me too. And I think we'll see it. We'll see it. Yes, there is Star Wars Battleground 2 free on the Epic Game Store. I actually claimed that myself. If you haven't already, definitely claim it. Maybe you can use Shadow or something to play it. Unfortunately, there's no way of playing it, really, if you're a cloud gamer. But yeah, are you up for some cool challenges during the Hitman 3 release? Yeah, man, I'm going to be going into it. Moon Answer said, life is too short for too much negative people. I couldn't agree more with you on that. Sonny, do you have Ghost Recon Breakpoint? Yes, I do. I own it. I do own it. I'm going to be honest with you, I haven't dived crazy into it, and I'm open to the free weekend to do that. So if we get the free weekend next week, I will be going into it, because I think it's a game that I'm going to have a lot of fun with kind of like the loot system and everything they got going on. Are you going to get into Everspace? I don't think so, Nick, but I am going to be getting into Chorus. If you don't know about Chorus, kind of like Everspace, but it's a new game coming out in a couple months, man, so I'm excited for that one. Stadia or GeForce Now, which one is bigger? Don't know. I think GeForce Now said they have 6 million registered users. I don't know how many members they have. Not sure. I don't know what numbers Stadia has, so. Titanfall 2 for Stadia's program. We have donuts and coffees. That's awesome. We did Monster Hunter World. Yes, that's one of the games I'd love to see, Gabriel. Why is turning around with a keyboard and mouse more tougher than doing it with Stadia controller in Cyberpunk? I don't know about that one, White Angel. I have not dived deeply with a controller. I think I messed with it on the day it came out just to test it out. So, I don't know. I don't have any comment on that one. Keep up your good content. A lot of haters in gaming acting like kids who aren't getting what they want. It feels like a lot of gaming haters feel they're being very easily betrayed. It's interesting psychologically. Yeah, it is very interesting. You should do every other Saturday with a game with us. Yeah, Becky, I'm looking to change my schedule around and find another day where we do a community stream. And maybe Saturdays I kind of do this. I'm still trying to figure it out. There's things coming to the channel, but I don't want to talk about them. One thing I've learned about 2020 is kind of under promise but over deliver. So that's about all I can say. Right now, my goal is to just be here every Saturday around this time and hang out with you guys, which is what I did all of last year almost. So for now, I just want to keep that consistency going and then figuring out what to do from there. But yeah, I agree, Becky. Playing games with you guys is a ton of fun. So we'll continue doing that, especially since we got so many codes to give away for Outcasters. A lot of you guys want to play F1 2020, so yeah. I think the game streaming is the future. I definitely agree with that. I think it's definitely part of gaming's future. Yeah, man, I'm excited, man. Cloud gaming itself, Stadia itself. Whew, wait a couple of years from now, this is going to be insane. It's going to be insane, especially as more countries roll out, especially as the Stadia specific cloud games come out. Man, it gets me really excited when I think about it. Ryan says, if you turn those Arctic Pro on your PC, does the settings stay on the same on your Chromebook? You know, I haven't tried that one, man. I haven't tried connecting this to my Chromebook, so I'm not sure. You own almost every game on Stadia. No, I own over 90 plus games. I think I counted it the other day, 90 something. I'm missing a lot of the indie games. So, do you think Battlefront 2 is going to be on GeForce Now? Ryan, I bet that the team over at NVIDIA are working on that. I don't know, I couldn't guess. Risk of Rain 2 is extremely addictive. Yes, it's a good one. You guys haven't tried that one out, it's a fun game. Titanfall 2 for Stadia, yes. You know, we're getting 5 EA games, right? 3 have been announced, 1 already has come out, the other 2 are FIFA and Madden. I would be shocked if Titanfall's one of the 5. I would be shocked, but I would love it. Do you think EA will bring Battlefront to Stadia? Unless they come out with a new Battlefront, I don't think so. If they came out with a new one, Battlefront 3, I think we could see that. There's a good chance, yeah. Trust me, guys, they are throwing money at some of these big companies to make sure games are coming. That's about all I can say. Hey, Sonny, would you say Cyberpunk's worth buying right now? That's a good question. I have been recommending it quite a bit because I love the bones of the game. I've beaten the game. I have had fun. I have beaten the game, but I'm going to tell you that almost every other play session, I've had to restart my game usually once because there's a bug. You know, just like something gets stuck on my screen or something. Now, the patch 1.06 just happened. I haven't had a chance to try it yesterday. I would recommend it if you really like the story and you don't mind dealing with bugs. But if you really get triggered by bugs or things that can really like restart, by the way, Stadia I would say no, but if you find a couple bugs, if it doesn't bug you that much, then that the story in the game, I Red Dead back like 6 months ago. I was a little Red Dead, and then Cyberpunk's been that next game for me. And I actually want to throw in Watch Dogs Legion too, so I do recommend it, but only if you're okay with bugs. Have you played Into the End? No, I was just talking about that. Into the End came out right as Cyberpunk came out, so I didn't get a chance to dive into it. And I really want to play it. I actually own the game. I bought it. I did buy Unto the End, so I got to go ahead and maybe after this stream's over, I'm going to hop on and just try that out real quick. I got to beat Hitman 2, though. Do you think Bethesda will quit from Stadia because, you know, Microsoft, you know, someone mentioned that the other day. I don't know. I don't know, man. That's a good question. That's a really good question. I think we'll be fine for now. I think we'll still see some Bethesda stuff, but that's a good question. It's a good question. You got to remember, Microsoft, Phil Spencer essentially said that the biggest competition that they see is, so I could see them pivoting and being like, no more Bethesda games. We'll see. Dago says, under promise, over deliver. Yeah, the chat, just feel free to attack them. Did you take a guess on Project Hellstorm? No. I've just been saying maybe a new feature, but I have no clue what it could be. Stadia enhanced for Chrome browser. I actually don't know, but I recommend everything in Stadia is possible. For those who don't know what Stadia enhanced is, where it's fine. So, Yang seems pretty against cloud gaming. From GSM Live Stadia. What are your thoughts on that? My thoughts are maybe that.
Alive, motherfucker!
What happened there? Something I guess I don't want to speaking on streaming the feed. And you could have bought it, and you didn't even need to have a console. You don't need to have a PC, nothing. You can play it on your phone. You can play it on a Chromebook, and you don't have to have Stadia.